Malaysia reporting another daily record of COVID-19 cases with over 22,200 confirmed today. Well, the ongoing crisis is something the new Prime Minister will have to manage.
Well, today's 4 p.m. deadline has passed for Malaysia's 220 MPs to nominate the next Premier. But before someone is officially appointed to the role, the King will meet the 9 state rulers on Friday.
The King also decreed that the next leader should table a confidence motion to ascertain that he has the majority support.
And out of the 3 frontrunners for PM, the one closest to securing it is Umno Vice President Ismail Sabri Yaakob. This after his party's 38 lawmakers decided late last night to throw their weight behind him.
With this, Mr. Ismail will likely have the support of 115 MPs, 4 more than the 111 needed for a simple majority.
Here with more is Malaysia Bureau Chief Shannon Teoh. Shannon, the front-runner appears to be Mr. Ismail. How did things shift in his favour at this 11th hour?
I think we know that last night UMNO leadership had a meeting. First the Supreme Council and then all the MPs together. Now, we know that UMNO was split between those led by Ismail and those led by the President Zahid. But I think what happened was, in the end, there is this kind of fear that the longer you prolong this uncertainty, if you can't decide on a single candidate, the other side might sneak in and grab the prize, right? I mean, we know that opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim is not too far himself. He's managed to finally get other opposition parties to back his candidacy, right? I mean, conditionally, but still with their backing. So he's come up to say about 105. If UMNO couldn't make up their minds quickly, they could have ended up in a situation where, you know, they were so close to the finishing line, but then they dropped the ball right at the end. So I think that consideration got them to say that, look, we have Ismail who has most of the MPs on his side. Some of us don't agree, but, you know, for the sake of the party, for what is best for all of us, you know, not necessarily being magnanimous, but realizing that settling on a single candidate, the candidate who's in the lead, is probably in their collective self-interest. So I think that's what happened last night at UMNO's headquarters.
Right. Well, if Mr. Ismail does emerge as the next PM, Shannon, what will his administration look like, and how will it manage Malaysia's immediate COVID-19 crisis?
Well, for now, we know that all the MPs that are going to be in his coalition, I mean, who we believe are going to be in the coalition, will be the same as the MPs that were in Muhyiddin's government. So the makeup is going to be similar, not as necessarily an exact mirror. Different ministers could be appointed. Certain ministers could have their portfolio shuffled. I think there's a growing belief that certain key ministers like Khairi Jamaluddin, who has been handling the immunization, probably will be allowed to continue that process, because that process has been going well. There might be some shuffles elsewhere. The main issue about who becomes the new Deputy Prime Minister, since Ismail is vacating his old post, that has to be duped out. It looks like it will come from Bersatu. It might be one of the senior figures in Bersatu, which is Muhyiddin's party. As for the COVID-19 crisis, the King made very clear in his statement that he wants the management to continue undisturbed. So he wants the vaccination to continue, which has been accelerating of late. He wants even a national recovery plan to be kept in place. So he wants all these policies which he feels are good to continue. So I don't think the new Prime Minister is going to really touch them too much. So on the COVID-19 front, probably going to see just a continuity of what's already been going on. But on other things, you know, other kind of policies, I think that's where the new Prime Minister will get some leeway.
Shannon, we only know that the King will be meeting the 9 rulers on Friday. So between now and then, what can we expect? And when's the earliest a formal announcement will be made on Malaysia's 9th PM?
Well, I think with the King taking this step to also consult with his brother rulers, the other 9 state sultans and monarchs, he probably won't announce a winner before that meeting. I think he will do them at least a courtesy, even though he's very sure of who the winner might be. we'll at least do the courtesy of informing them first before the rest of the country. So at earliest, we're looking at Friday evening. But what he's promised to do is to also vet through the declarations that he's going to get. Now, he's asked everyone to submit who they pick, right, as the Prime Minister by 4 o'clock today. So then he says that he's going to vet through all these different letters, call each MP personally, and just kind of double confirm that you really did pick this guy, didn't do it under duress, so on and so forth. So that process will take some time as well, and that might take us until Thursday already, and then Friday is the meeting. So in the interim between Wednesday, within right now, in fact, and Friday, that's just going to be a palace process. It's going to be just verifying the numbers, and then on Friday we'll have the meeting. Should we be in a position where, in fact, some MPs who said they would pledge their support to, say, Ismail Sabri and didn't do it, and we do end up in a hung position, then Friday's meeting becomes very interesting. But the palace has not made any promise that it will reveal the results of what is effectively a secret ballot.